everybody, welcome to another event vlog. It has been far too long, I think about 6 weeks now, but I'm pleased to say we are literally just walking to go and see the start of the cross-country course at our most local BE venue. It's BCA weekend. ATTY is up on Saturday in the 100 Open. Let's go and see what the course looks like, because we sort of feel like we know this one like the back of our hand. We've done it so many times now, but I have a little feeling they might be changing it up this year, so let's have a look. Okay, I may have made a false claim. I really thought I read somewhere on the BE website that they were changing the order of this course for 2024, which is great because it's so local, we've done it so many times. But we are at the start box and we can definitely see that fence 1 and fence 2 are the same as normal, so stay tuned. Oh no, it's alright, I was getting my hopes up. I thought the finishing flags were coming the other way, but they're not. No. Okay. Well, you'll know when we know.
It's a lovely venue anyway.
It is. There's not much difference between the 100 and novice there, is there? We've got a question. Looking up to this fence going, 7A, 7A, where's B? It's over there. So I guess actually that is, there's a lot of room in there to jump it and curve. I thought they were asking you to go offset, but I'm actually not sure they are. This fence always looks so lovely and kind from the front, and I will take you round and show you what it looks like from the other side. Come around the side, suddenly it looks a little bit less fun. But I have jumped this before. The first time I jumped this, I remember being very, very scared indeed. Right, we've taken a pause right by this chicane, which I remember the first time I ever walked the BE100 course here at BCA, I was absolutely terrified about it. So it's quite nice to walk it and be like, yep, just another fence. And I wanted to take a moment to thank Cavallero for sponsoring this section of the video. They very kindly sent me some of their new Spring Summer 24 range, and I've been putting it to the test. I absolutely love this olive colour. I think it's really, really nice and really, really different. There's not a lot of it on the market. My sort of initial thoughts, blouse and I absolutely love, because it's a nice mid-layer between being a jumper and a coat. So perfect for a day like today, because in June we would love it to just be t-shirt weather, but it's not the reality, unfortunately. So great to have like a layer that's not really a coat, not really a jumper, the perfect in between. And the other thing I've been really impressed with, and I will insert some videos of me training in them, is their breeches. I always love the look of breeches, but I don't gravitate towards them because I find that they're not as comfortable as riding leggings. They feel a bit tight in places. I've never found a pair that sort of fit as comfy and snug as riding leggings. So when I put them on the other day to train in, I was really, really impressed, because I put them on and sort of forgot I was wearing them. And I think that is the beauty of a product that fits well. You put it on, you get to work, and you don't remember that you're in a new pair of breeches or whatever it is. So really, really impressed with it all so far. And I hope that you like the look in the videos. I am absolutely obsessed. Like I said, this olive colour is very, very fun. So thank you, Cavallero, for sponsoring this little section of the video. Let's finish walking the course. We're home, as you can probably tell, and apologies because somebody has clearly decided that 7 PM on a Friday is the perfect time to start chainsawing. But quick course thoughts, because somebody wants to go outside. As you can clearly tell, he's had dinner and he's like, Mum, let me out. Course thoughts is, thanks for that. It's similar, but not the same as in past years. So I was kind of right. There's a loop that's normally right before the water that they've taken out, which is nice because it was quite steep, so actually quite happy about that. And instead you do a bit more zigzagging in that first field from sort of fences 5 to 7. So it's interesting, we like change. We've got to have really nice sociable times tomorrow. In fact, I think Mum will be saying it's a little bit too late because we don't go down the centre line until 2:40 and I don't go cross country until nearly 6 o'clock. We were like really umming and ahhing about whether we had time to walk the course tomorrow. We probably could have gone in the morning, but we went for it. It's our local one, make the most of it. So yeah, no early start. They're gonna go out in the field, pass it up tomorrow. Great. So that's all I've got to say. I'll see you tomorrow, I guess. Good morning, and it is a good morning because 1, it's event day, 2, despite being event day, I didn't have a rude 4 AM alarm to wake me up, and 3, Sabrina Carpenter has released some new music, so I'm in very high spirits enough that I can completely get over the fact that I now have to do my least favourite job, which is plaiting, and I'm just going to get on with it. And a little quick fit check, because I am wearing a Cavallero Irish Cream gilet, which I really love this. This is fun. This is kind of out of my normal comfort zone of colour-wise, but I think it's really smart. I have sectioned maybe 6 or 7 flats, and the hay fever, I can feel it flocking to my system. Graceful. We're here! Okay, actually, how about on the vlog? Why don't we make a deal? So we're talking about dinner, obviously, priorities. Vix wants a curry.
Or Caesar salad, I don't mind.
And I want a Domino's. What deal can we strike? Right, if I jump a double clear, can I pick?
Ask Dan.
Why ask Dan?
He doesn't have an opinion.
I have no opinion.
Yeah, I'm negotiating with you. What do I have to do to be able to choose what we have for dinner? A double clear?
The rest of the
Go
season.
sub 30.
Finish top 10.
No, finish sub 30.
I think that's fair. Top 10 finish, and I get to choose what's for dinner.
No, you get a sub 30 dressage.
That's not gonna
finish on the
happen.
same score.
That's not
Okay, finish on your dressage mark. Not just double clear. Finish
gonna
there on your
crack on.
dressage mark. How's
That's
that?
fair deal. That's a fair
Who's
deal.
buying?
You. I would have finished on my dressage mark. Spurs on, and then we're ready to go, more or less.
Just the way you like it, Flo. And Atty. Atty's posing nicely.
You have to go out of your way to do that, do you?
He just wants to get on with it, I think.
Right, so you are actually getting my live reactions to watching back this test for the first time, and I'm really intrigued because I didn't love the feeling of this test, but as you will see, the mark was actually relatively good. Straight off the bat, we got a 7 for the centre line, and I do think he looks good here. I felt that he warmed up really nicely. I know there wasn't loads of footage of that, and that he trotted around the outside of the arena really nicely, and it suited us that we only had to trot around once before the bell was rung. But then as he came around that first corner, you can see my leg working quite hard. I felt he shriveled up a little bit. So I was thinking, oh, I've lost him a little bit. I've overcooked it in the warm-up. I could have, done a little bit less. But we actually got a 7 for the left-hand turn there and a 7.5 for the right-hand turn. And then this serpentine that we're doing here is a 7. I just remember thinking that he'd lost a little bit of the wow factor that I felt he had when he trotted around the outside of the arena, and that his contact was slightly less steady. But I guess what I'm seeing here watching it back is that 1, I think it felt more pronounced than it looked, and 2, maybe the judge wasn't really in a position to see some of that kind of movement on the contact. We got a 7 for our transition to canter, which is very generous because that was not a particularly good transition. Perhaps again, we were in a place where the judge actually would have missed that his head went up as sort of as high as it did. And then we got a 7 for our circle. I really actually do like this test. I've done it quite a few times now because you have a chance to really show off your accuracy, because you have to effectively do squares in canter and then put circles in the middle. So it gives you an opportunity to show that you know what the difference is in a way that some tests kind of, I think, aren't as obvious. So we got a 7.5 for that initial bit of medium walk, and then a 7 for our long range free walk, which again, I think that is quite generous because he really could be marching on more. Free walk is usually somewhere that we are not our strongest, but I will say, I'm not sort of ashamed to say that this was a lower scoring arena than often is. I think the average dressage test mark was about 32, so he was obviously a relatively generous judge. We got a 7 for our transition to canter there, but then we actually got a 6.5 for our sort of turn across the school because of his quarters trailing a little bit into the canter, and then a 7 for this circle. So it's pretty consistent throughout this test. It's almost entirely 7s with just a very occasional 7.5 and I think 1 or 2 6.5s, which I guess makes sense. You can probably start to see where our mark is going to be. And then we were into the final 3-loop serpentine. We got a 7 for that as well, with the comment that the change of bend could be clearer, which is interesting because I felt like our changes of bend were actually relatively clear, but that's something I shall take on board for next time. And then we're about to come through and do a half 10-metre circle back on ourselves, which we got a 7 for, and then our halt, as you will see, although I'm guessing a little bit ahead of myself, was not perfect. We got a 6.5 with the comment that he stepped back, which I have been working on, clearly not quite well enough. Oh, that was not a great, that was really not a great halt. 6.5 again, quite kind. And then nice and easy, we got a 7 for every single one of our collectives, so for paces, impulsion, submission, position of the rider, and a lovely comment. A super nice test on a lovely horse. At times he could have been more active to help improve balance. So there you go. Not a bad dressage test, I guess.
That was a nice test. That was very nice. What did you think?
I thought it was nice. I thought he was really listening to her.
Yeah.
I thought it looked very purposeful.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Dan can be the spokesperson for both of you, because I just got off and I wasn't very happy with that. But what, you and Vix thought it was alright?
Yeah, we thought you looked like a very good partnership, and that he looked like he was listening to you.
I felt he felt really good in the warm-up. In the warm-up I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I feel like
he was.
I got on and I trotted and I almost didn't want to do any more. Like I could go in like this. And then I felt like 2 minutes before I went in that I was losing him a little bit. And then when I went in there, I just felt like I completely lost him and that he was a little bit over it, and I didn't feel like he was super consistent. I felt it kind of went from feeling quite rushed in parts to then quite like, I'm going to fall back to a walk. So I wasn't that happy with it, but I haven't seen it. But it didn't feel good, but maybe that's because the warm-up felt really good.
When you went round the outside to warm up, he looked really good.
Yeah, which is almost worse, isn't it? Because the judge sees and goes, oh, that's a nice horse.
And I thought you'd be pleased that you went in after only one
I was.
loop round the outside.
I don't know.
Oh, we
I
liked it.
think that.
Do you want to hear what our predictions were?
Oh
for the
yeah, did you
scores?
do them on the blog or no?
No.
Okay, so camera lady first. What did you say?
I thought 32, 33.
What did you say?
I said 29.9.
Okay, that's wrong. I think it's going to be 35.8.
It's really funny because we were talking on the walk back, weren't we, about what your most common score was, and we said it was often about 36 or 35.8. Yeah.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We've got 2 hours between dressage and show jumping. Is it 2 hours? Yeah, it's about 2 hours. So time to go and have a walk the course, maybe get some food. We walked cross country yesterday. Most normal people would probably try and walk the cross country now, but when Vix is involved, 2 hours is not enough time apparently to walk the entire cross country. So we're chilling.
A jumping 15 time penalties for steps.
Is your dressage scoring, Flo?
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Who was closest?
Not me. Here he is. So we alluded to it earlier, but we never really got to discuss the dressage mark, which we can say I was the furthest away, Vix was in the middle, not that you can see her, and Dan actually got it right, which I either on camera or off camera, if it was on camera it will be in here.
Actually, you did better than I said.
Deluded. Told Dan he was delusional. But he was right. So I don't know what the judge was saying that I wasn't, I'm gonna have to watch it back. But we'll take that. That's actually my first ever sub 30 at a BE with Atty in 6 seasons. We've gone sub 30 not at BE, but at BE, so that's, yeah. And what did you say, 29.9?
I said 29.9, but you did better than I thought with a 29.8.
So that's no pressure for the jumping.
For jumping penalties for Aconite.
Shame, that's a shame. It jumps like really nice. I'll see you at the lorry.
For 2-1 is in now. Flo Carter with Auburn Dunn. Dressage 29.8. clear run for Auburn done.
You helped me out a lot on that last. He's like, nah.
We are back.
Yeah, but you can only have it if you behave.
Apply to.
Right, we didn't catch up after show jumping. And something I'm learning about myself is I didn't have very much experience riding with stuff to lose. Normally we're the climbers, we sort of start at the bottom and then if we make it up to the midfield we're quite happy. Whereas, yeah, it's a little bit more pressure riding when you're quite pleased with your dressage score. So I felt that that was sort of getting to my show jumping. With that in mind, I was pleased with 90% of our round. It was just that final line. I didn't do the best job into the double, and then I really didn't do the best job into that very last fence because I sort of was holding, which I feel like is instinct when you're going to planks. You don't want to have planks down, you don't want them to sort of do a flyer at it, but probably shouldn't have done that, and luckily he really helped me out. Now it's getting ready for cross country, feeling a little bit nervous, but hopefully it goes to plan.
Did you say you jumped clear?
Oh, yeah, we did jump clear, which means we're still on my dressage score, which is good.
Atty's conserving energy, I think.
There's something you don't see up there.
And well, I think we've some 17, yes, left to go.
Riding Auburn Dunn, 17-year-old Dunn gelding, owned and ridden by Flo. Flo's just finished university, having studied history at Loughborough. Horse's stable name is Atty. Atty and Flo have been together for 7 seasons and have entered up to 2-star. This is their most local event. They'll have to come along and support every year. Flo brings forward a dressage 29.8 clear in the show jumping, currently sitting in second in section I. And approaching the last now, Vicky Holder with Jack Holder's Pippin Toby. Clear on the cross country for them today. Round in 4:06. Over the first 3 fences, now they head down to the Eco mile at 4. Clear of that. 4, 2, 1, clear 4. Harlow. Luxembourg Joe. 27. Handbrake turn around the novice knee element there as they head for the finish. So sitting in second, she went out to cross country. I think that's the worst she can do. Still a couple of competitors.
He's so cool. I'm so lucky to have him.
Oh, thanks.
And Dan's busy.
Well done, team.
Well done, Ashley. Okay, cross country done, and I'm not sure if I said at any point in the vlog, but that's actually only his second run of the entire year. He had one run in April, and I think we felt it because I was convinced I was going very, very fast, and usually we find 100s to be quite comfortable, the sort of pushes when we get to novice. And that was not. I felt like I was getting held for leather, and we really weren't. We came home clear, 5 seconds inside the time, so exactly where we wanted to be. But yes, probably some trips to the gallops for me for timing and for him, because I think it was quite a short course and he was quite happy to be done. But he was amazing. He's been honestly fantastic all day. He hasn't put a foot wrong. Well, I wasn't that happy with the dressage, but I haven't seen it yet, but I won't comment. But he's been amazing. He has jumped both phases really, really well. And I can say we finished second, which is very exciting. I think that might be our highest ever BE placing today. I think Star and I have been second once, so that's really good. And one up, were we third at Oxtals?
I think so.
Third or fourth, so he really started the season off well. Imagine if the only way was up. Okay, so these top two are done with someone who wasn't the most talented at art. PE degree. This is someone with a design degree.
And actually, it's not much better given he's got a design degree. Hi, Dan.
Well, he hasn't got one yet. We're just wondering whether you're going to get a design degree with that.
It was an emotional happy face because I thought
It looks scary.
No, there's definitely a lot more artistic ability there than mine.
So, the second that I turned off the camera, everything got a little bit chaotic because I hadn't actually seen my final score at the point we were celebrating it. And then I looked and it said that I was on a score of 30, which moved me down a place to third, and was also very embarrassing because I had just done a whole spiel to camera about finishing sub 30 for the first ever time. And also, if you remember from the start, there was a Domino's on the line. So we had a point to prove, so Dan and I went over to the scorers and we just asked if they knew why this had happened, and basically they said a few test sheets had been sort of marked wrong, so they had to remark them. Gave me my sheet, we went away, and we disagreed with the new mark. I've never ever added up a test sheet like to sort of check before, but obviously in this point it made quite a lot of difference. So we added it up, didn't we, between us a couple times, and we agreed with the first score, so we went back over there and it was horrible. I was like, I'm really, really sorry, could you just check it again? Got it checked again, and we can confirm that the first score was right. So I did finish on 29.8, double clear, it's at the time. Second place, my first ever B finish on ATTY, that's sub 30, and we get Domino's for dinner. So it's been a pretty good day all round. I think that's quite a good place to round.
I feel like I've not said very much in the story time you wanted me to be here. I'm just here smiling.
Sorry, okay, have you got any takes you'd add to the story time?
Flo did very well, and we're all very proud of Flo. And you should get the rosette
Oh, I
out.
put it away now. Oh, Vix is back.
What's with that?
We were just doing a story time about what happened since we last updated the vlog.
It's always drama.
Always drama. I did think for a minute, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to re-record that whole thing, and if anyone watched me record the first part, that's going to be very embarrassing. But no, luckily we're in the right. Yeah, we were in the right. Second place, very happy. I'm gonna round off the vlog here because I'm waffling now.
Have you said what that means we get for dinner?
Yes, Domino's. So shall we all say bye? Bye!